BIA Subcommittee meeting, sound check 1, September 16th, sound check 1.
Morning, everybody. I will now commence a roll call. Please indicate your presence when I call your name. Councillor Tammy Huang.
Present.
Councillor Esther Pauls. Councillor Maureen Wilson.
Present.
Tracy McKinnon.
Present.
Susan Penny.
Present.
Heather Peter.
Present.
Doris Sanchez.
Present.
Bettina Shorman. David Taylor. Nadine Ubel.
Present.
Emily Walsh.
Present.
Stephanie Wheeler. Okay. As we now have quorum present, I would like to call this meeting of the Business Improvement Area Subcommittee to order at 10:30 a.m. Please be reminded that all electronic devices are to be switched to a non-audible function during committee meetings. May I have a mover and seconder to approve the agenda as presented? Moved by Heather, seconded by Councillor Huang. Are there any amendments to the committee members to the agenda? Seeing none, may I have a vote? All in favor? The motion is carried. Are there any declarations of interest? Councillor Huang?
Unfortunately, I do have to leave at 11:30 for another meeting, but I hope we can get through a lot of that work today, like before that time. Just wanted to let committee know.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, let's move on to approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. May I have a mover and seconder to adopt the minutes of the July 15th, 2025 meeting as presented? Moved by Tracy, seconded by Emily. All in favor? Motion is carried. Okay, items for information. We will address all items for information. Let's see, for staff providing presentations today, please remember that presentations are now limited to 10 minutes. 7.1 is Hamilton Day. I would like to call upon Katie Steele, Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, to please turn on your camera and microphone to begin your presentation. Go ahead, Katie.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Susie. Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be back with you folks and talk about one of our favorite times of the year, which is Hamilton Day. So thrilled that I have the opportunity to touch base with you all. So let me just do a screen share here. And just to confirm my screen is sharing okay? Everyone can see?
Yes, it looks great.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so Hamilton Day, you all would have received this deck via email. So I'll go through this from an overarching standpoint and talk about a few key details here, but we'll also have a question period at the end because I'd love to touch base on a couple things. So the first thing you'll notice is that we had a bit of a brand refresh or a glow up, if you will. And this has come for a few reasons. One is that, we're going into our 5th year of Hamilton Day. So we thought that it was time to keep audiences engaged and find a stronger way to connect. But then also we know that there's this prime opportunity because there is a new climate right now where folks are really looking to shop local thanks to all the actions that are happening with our neighbors down south. So this brand refresh was done in a way to give us a new stepping stone, give us some more creativity, but then also really lean towards that buy local, shop Hamilton aspect, which is the foundation of Hamilton Day. It's something that we really strongly want to keep coming to the forefront. So in terms of some key dates and deadlines, keeping with last year, October 1st will be our big kickoff date. We'll have some promotional pieces go up before then, but that's really when we turn on the lights, so to speak, in terms of having higher levels of social media engagement, daily promotions, and you'll start to see some of our ad buys going out to the community. Not essentially part of Hamilton Day, but a strong piece of the promo campaign is Small Business Week. So that's going to conveniently happen October 20th to 24th. Just want to keep that on your radars because we'll be hosting some free webinars, which are great opportunities for your catchment businesses to learn some new information, connect, and network. So some additional promo materials are coming separately for that week. And then we have our kickoff activities leading into Hamilton Day. A new piece of development since this was sent off is that the kickoff concert won't be happening on the 30th or 31st, just due to availability of our venue, which was shifted on us. So the concert's going to be now a headliner concert on the Saturday, with Hamilton Day really gearing up on November the 1st, which is the Saturday, and spillover heading into November 2nd, which is the Sunday. Some new things for 2025. One is we're hosting a Hamilton Day hub. Traditionally, with some of our partners and our sponsors, they've asked for a centralized spot just to engage with audiences and start their local loving adventure. So knowing we had such a boom last year at the Hamilton Farmers Market, we're going to capitalize on that York Boulevard space, essentially making that a destination for folks to start their journeys and encourage them to go to multiple areas of the city and head your way. So at the hub, it will be Saturday, November 1st. It's going to be a full day of programming, and that's where we'll have Pepe. We'll have some activations that are typically there, such as the HPO, and use that as a new piece to our program. And how it also pertains to you folks is our new BIA website upgrades. We always want to keep enhancing what we have available, but also letting further promotion to you folks and encouraging people to learn more about the BIAs, understand what's happening in the BIAs, and then come to the BIAs. So what's new this year is we're going to be doing outlines on our shop local map of each BIA catchment. So we'll be reaching out to learn more about those different targeted areas, just to make sure that we're capturing every aspect and every corner of your areas. We'll also have new markers for you folks on our shop local map. And then a new big piece is we'll have individual shop and eat pages for each one of your BIAs. So this is a great opportunity if someone's looking to understand, what's happening on Locke Street or what's happening in Westdale. They can go to this page and understand, okay, here's the participating businesses, here's a bit more about the BIA, here are the activations all in one spot. So more information will be coming soon, but want to make sure that was shared with you folks. And then also we have a new social media strategy. Historically, we've had Pepe, our beloved mascot, who now has arms, as you can see from our branding, be out and about in our social media, which will continue to have a presence. But what we really want to do this year is really focus on Hamiltonians recommending Hamiltonians. So a lot of you'll see our social content is going to be folks recommending other folks, who's the best for coffee? Where would you go in this area? Where can you catch a movie that's local? So we would encourage you to take that same approach with your social media promotions. So whether it's, what fellow businesses would you recommend visiting on Hamilton Day? Where's the best spot to grab this in the BIA? Where would you go for this in our BIA? Really encouraging folks to choose their local loving adventure in that area, but then profile all the great businesses that you have there locally. So in terms of our BIA partnership opportunity, with our funding that's available, we're able to essentially offer the same partnership that we offered last year in terms of if you are a Hamilton Chamber of Commerce member, you will see a $1,500 activation budget, which will go towards two things. The first being hiring entertainment. And in the past, we've seen such a great wealth of creativity coming from you folks, everything from petting zoos to musicians. Really, we want to leave that in your court to decide what works best for your catchments, but then also who you want to bring in to engage your audience there. So whatever those two end up being, we will need to pay those directly, pay those individuals or performers. So they can send their invoice directly to us and we will have them compensated. And then the remaining budget will go towards marketing, support, and ad buy, and you can essentially invoice us directly for that. And in terms of what we need from you, I'll end on this slide here before we maybe open it up to some questions. One is we'd love to confirm your participation. Everyone's received the BIA partnership agreement, which essentially just outlines what I just talked about to make sure that we have you fully on board. And then the second piece is your promotional material request. And if I can request anything ASAP, it'd be to get that piece in just for us to understand how much you would like, how much you need, how much you've kept, because as you can all appreciate, costs are increasing. We need to get our print orders in ASAP. The main one being we need to understand the lawn sign needs. I know so many of you have kept them year over year, and some of you haven't, which is okay. But we just need to understand really what that number is looking like for you to make sure we can put in our order accordingly. And another important thing to note is in an effort to really put an emphasis on some of these web upgrades and this branding and this new Start Local promotional piece, we did have to scale back. We won't be doing the tote bags this year. So one thing that's important to note, knowing that a few of you did use them, but we'll be compensating with other fun things like stickers and buttons and those things of that nature. And then also inviting you to a roundtable on October the 1st. This is a chance for us to not only convene you, dig a bit more into some topics where we'd love to discuss with you in terms of how the Chamber can support our BIA partners, but then also have a nice lunch, and then we'll have your Hamilton Day materials ready for pickup at that point in time. So let me know if you're able to attend. If you have any dietary restrictions, we'd of course really love to see you there. And the last piece would be submitting your activation information. So once you know what's going down in your BIA, letting us know by October 10th so we can fully promote you and fully understand what's happening so we can drive folks to your catchment areas on Hamilton Day before and beyond. So with that, I'd love to open the floor and answer any questions that anybody may have. We're quickly approaching Hamilton Day, but it's also a very exciting time. So happy to open the floor here.
Okay, so we have a question from Councillor Fine.
Thank you. Thank you for this presentation. I'm looking forward to Hamilton Day because it's a pretty fun day. Can you share with us your promo strategy on how you plan on promoting this beyond the BIAs? Like what's that promo strategy for the rest of Hamilton?
Great question. So we're going to be taking from, I guess, past approaches. So we have a really strong social media strategy. We'll be partnering with folks that are like-minded. So folks like Taste Ham Aunt, Little Talks, and a few other entities that are looking to similarly drive small business support here in Hamilton. We do a series of ad buys with a variety of partners, from CHTH to Cable 14 to Urbanicity to all those marketing partners that help us to get the word out. And then we utilize our chamber networks. And then essentially we also use our promo swag strategy as well. So it's fairly robust. It's a few facets here, but it's looking healthy heading into this year.
Can you also help with providing, say, a media kit for, say, counselors? Because each counselor has their own sort of sphere of community and sphere of connection points. So if you can make lives easier by not coming up with content for each of our social medias, is that something that you guys can do as well?
Absolutely. And I believe we sent one out last year, but we'll do that same approach. So we'll have a series of graphics that are shareable and ready to go, along with some sample copies, sample posts for all platforms, just to make it as cut and play as possible, just to relieve as much as work as we can on your end, just to get that message out there.
Perfect. My last question through you, Chair, is in the past, I know you have tracked number of activations, number of participants, I think attendees, but I wonder if you can also give us a little more insight after this event on how far the reach was in terms of marketing and promotions for this. I'm just kind of curious on, because this is such a fulsome effort, I'd like to know what worked and what didn't work, and is there something that we can always improve upon later?
Of course, and it's something that we're always looking to improve upon ourselves year after year, all those learnings. So in terms of that radius, we go up to 40 kilometers in terms of encouraging folks to attend. So it's strategically choosing media outlets and partners that can help us achieve that. So folks like CHCH, the Hamilton Spectator, that are able to tap into those regional markets. And then also working with partners that help to drive folks in. So whether it's tourism partners like Tourism Hamilton or those that have that larger reach, it's building onto their networks to help drive folks here. So the challenging part is always at the end, trying to understand what that impact looked like and what that reach did. But it's always a combination of self-reporting from our partners, from those media outlets, and from any paid opportunity.
Thank you. Those are all my questions. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, are there any other questions for Katie? Okay. Thanks, Katie, so much. We appreciate it. Looking forward to another Hamilton Day.
Wonderful. Thanks, everyone.
Moving on to 7.2, I would like to call upon David Buckle, Supervisor of Human Services, Homelessness, and Housing Support, Katarina Nezovic, Senior Project Manager, Encampment Response, to please turn on your cameras and microphone to begin your presentation.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us today. My name is Katarina Knezwich. I'm a Senior Project Manager with Housing Focused Street Outreach.
My name is David Buckle, and I'm the supervisor for the City of Hamilton's Housing Focused Street Outreach team.
And today we will be chatting about the homelessness toolkit within the BIA areas and within the downtown. Oh, there we go. So for the agenda today, we'll be doing an overview of Housing Focused Street Outreach, chatting about our future downtown Engage Hamilton summary findings, the homelessness support toolkit and resources, and how we've increased visibility downtown with our outreach team, and then there'll be opportunity for some questions.
So as an introduction, the City of Hamilton's Housing Focused Street Outreach team has been in operation since approximately 2020. We work in partnership with St. Matthew's House and the Hamilton Regional Indian Center and other partners to provide direct supports to individuals experiencing unsheltered homelessness. HFSO provides human-centered system navigation for individuals experiencing unsheltered homelessness, which includes, but is not limited to, accessing immediate necessities like snacks, clothing, hygiene products, which we use as a sort of rapport building tool. Will help assist people accessing emergency shelter if that's a good fit for them. We'll also make referrals to various other supports and resources in the community. Obtaining identification, will assist with filing taxes, helping people access social assistance or other forms of income, and completing housing applications such as the Access to Housing application.
Our future downtown, 10-year downtown revitalization strategy, Engage Hamilton Summary Findings Report Appendix A, provided an overview of findings from the Engage Hamilton survey that ran from April 2nd to June 30th, 2025. More than 250 individuals contributed to the Engage survey. Question 4 asked, what are the challenges and concerns downtown that need attention? From the 270 responses, a dominant theme identified by 46 of the responses was to address concerns related to unhoused folks living downtown. With the rescinding of the encampment protocol, Housing Focused Street Outreach has been able to pivot and concentrate outreach efforts in the downtown area and within targeted BIAs. Within this work, we've developed a homelessness toolkit and resource guides highlighting current supports and resources for business owners interacting with individuals experiencing homelessness. The homelessness support toolkit for BIAs provides some practical steps to take when you meet someone in your BIA who's experiencing homelessness and may be looking for support. This toolkit includes information on when and who to contact in various situations, up-to-date listings on local service providers, information about shelters, drop-in services, supports, public amenities, and then there's education on individual rights and inclusive language. Through this work, we also created a homelessness support resource guide. This guide summarizes supports and services specifically within the downtown for individuals experiencing homelessness. And this resource guide is intended to be given out to folks who are seeking supports and services and includes information on drop-ins, shelters, food resources, public amenities, shower and laundry services, and health supports. Lastly, based on feedback from local businesses, we've also created a poster that provides a snapshot information on what services to call depending on the circumstance and information on drop-ins and shelters.
So one of the changes that we've made to our team's operations is to become more visible so that we can help support our colleagues with the BIAs. So you'll note that we have a fantastic swag, including this hat right here. The purpose, of course, is to become more identifiable and visible with the Blue Housing Services baseball cap, t-shirts. There's going to be hoodies and toques. And have begun walking designated routes within downtown and other targeted areas within various BIAs. The Hamilton HFSO staff also have been connecting with some local businesses while in their routes to build familiarity and connection.
And then we have an opportunity for questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, great, thanks. Are there any questions? Nadine.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Glad to see this resource becoming available for us to share with our businesses. I think there are still some scenarios which are they're coming up that are not addressed within this toolkit that require more of an immediate response potentially. But perhaps we can gather some of that information and then make the request for whether those resources do exist. My question actually is, are you able to share those designated routes with us?
Yeah, so we have basically received from this subcommittee, I believe, a map of all of the different BIAs. So primarily it's going to be along those major routes. So King Street, downtown, that sort of thing, Concession Street for the Concession Street BIA. Having said that, it's not going to be the same route all the time. Obviously, we're going to dip into alleys and just go wherever we see people that may need assistance. So generally speaking, we'll stick to the BIA areas, but with some flexibility.
Thank you. Through the chair, may I ask, when you're planning out these visits, is it possible to connect with each BIA? Because we may have some insight into particular areas that need attention or that we would like to see addressed, if that's possible.
Yeah, we certainly can. I'll note just very generally that we are also responsible for unsheltered homelessness throughout the whole city of Hamilton. So we're also not necessarily able to always designate a specific time or day when we'll be able to visit, but certainly we can improve our communications with the BIAs about concerns.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, I see Emily's up on the speakers list.
Thank you. And to the chair, thank you for the report and the homelessness toolkit. I think it's really useful to have for the businesses, definitely. Is there a schedule of the outreach services? Is it 7 days a week? Is it as needed or anything like that?
Currently, based on some staffing pressures, we're 7 days a week, but 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions? I just want to take a second to thank you as well. I think this is really great for our businesses to have this information at their fingertips. Often in situations you don't know who to turn to, so this is really helpful. So I appreciate the work that's been done on this for sure. Okay, so thank you so much. Moving on to 7.3, I'd like to call upon Nadine Ubel, Chair of the Passport Program Working Group, to please provide a verbal update on the Passport Proposal Working Group.
Thank you. Yeah, so the minutes have been provided. I don't have a fancy presentation for y'all, but just a quick update with regards to the working group. We've met 3 times now. You have the minutes from the first 2 meetings, which essentially established the scope of our work within the group. Also named me as chair, and thank you to those of you involved for trusting me with that. Essentially, we have we had a discussion around different options and different possibilities with the intention of putting together an ask. We know that there is funding available through ECDEV, but we don't have a dollar value necessarily attached to that, and found ourselves in a position where we realized that the expertise required to potentially put together a complete dollar value isn't within the group that we have. And so we're looking at what options we have to engage through consultants, potentially some guidance with regards to that. So no decisions really have been made at this point, other than we know that it's a little bit bigger than what we can put together as the working group ourselves. And so we need to acquire some support, and are just sort of in the beginning stages of what we can do in order to acquire that support with the guidance of both Christina and Clerk Bates to make sure that we're on the right track for that. So that's the update at this point. Once we have a little bit more information, and the next round of minutes will be forwarded to this subcommittee, and we can go from there.
Okay, great. Are there any questions for Nadine? Okay, seeing none, may I have a mover and seconder to receive items 7.1 to 7.3? Moved by Susan, seconded by Heather. All in favor? And carried. Okay, I'm going to pass the chair to Susan to introduce my motion.
Go ahead, Susie.
So that the expenditure request from the International Village Business Improvement Area in the amount of $7,298.17 be spent on graffiti removal and office equipment supplies funded from the 2025 contribution to operating budget program to the BIA's account number 815010-56905 be approved. And I have a seconder in Emily.
Are there any questions on Susie's motion? Okay, then can we have a vote on that? Is everybody in favor? All right, the motion is carried, and I'll turn the chair back to Susie.
Okay, great. Now 9.2, Heather from Ancaster, please introduce your motion.
Okay, so the expenditure request from the Ancaster Village Business Improvement Area in the amount of $6,331.42 to be spent on landscaping, cleaning and maintenance of the public road allowance, sidewalks and small gardens, and planters and hanging baskets funded from the 2025 contribution to operating budget program for the business improvement areas, BIA payments account 815010-56905 be approved.
Okay, and do you have a seconder for that?
No, I don't have someone lined up.
Okay, David. Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor? And carried. Okay, great. Now we are on to general information. So Christina is here to do an update. Go ahead, Christina.
Sorry, oh, there we go. Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Yep, okay, good. Alrighty, good morning, everyone. I do have some updates for the team. So tomorrow, Wednesday, the bylaw to officially designate Hess Village as a business improvement area is on council's agenda. So if that passes, we will officially have a 12th BIA. So yay, it's come after a very long road of hard work, both on the part of city staff and also the Hess Village BIA. Hess Village has done a fantastic job. So as of tomorrow, hopefully, they will officially have their designation. That being so, with that said, there will be, I will be sharing with everybody contact information. We will be building on the Invest in Hamilton site the 12th BIA's profile, similar to yours. And I will be sharing with internal, the clerk's office, all contact information. So all distribution lists can be up to date, but wanted to share that very good news. Moving on, AGMs. So thank you, everyone. I have everyone's AGM dates in my calendar, so I will, of course, be in attendance. If you would like me to speak or prepare anything in preparation, I ask that please you give me enough advance notice for that to happen. If not, I'm happy just to be there and to be a sounding board for any questions that may come up from your members. Just a reminder, BIA annual reports are due before the end of the year. So earlier I did share your sync folders where you guys can start uploading. Please, I know the end of the year gets quite busy with all of your holiday activations. If you have, it's a streamlined what you guys have to put in there, because if there have been no changes to, for example, any of your policies or anything like that, I don't need duplicates. So I sent an updated list of what needs to be included for your annual reports. If you want to start uploading sooner than later, I would absolutely encourage you guys to do this so it just doesn't all come at you all at once before the end of the year. On that note, I have reached out to accounting services and / our KPMG partners to confirm when draft financial statements will be ready for distribution. I know there's only been 1 or 2 BIAs that have received them to date. They are hopefully coming very soon. As soon as I have an update from KPMG, I will share for those that are waiting for their financial reports. Just following up on Susie and Heather's motions, contribution to operating budget allocations must be approved before the end of the year. So we have only 3 subcommittee dates remaining. So please, I encourage you to confirm with me what that spending will look like. I will verify that they are eligible expenses, and then I will work with Clerk Bates to make sure that the draft is motioned, and hopefully with enough advance notice, get on the upcoming agendas. And then just the final thing I wanted to update everyone on, commercial market assessments. So there are 6 BIAs that are due for updated commercial market assessments. We will have them to you before end of 2025. So this is Ancaster, Barton, Dundas, Ottawa, Downtown, and Westdale. We will be working with a new vendor, the same vendor that we worked with for the Environics reports during My Main Street. So a lot of BIAs did get these reports during the My Main Street funding in 2022/2023. It is still a shared cost, but this new vendor is much softer. So originally, when we worked with John Archer and Associates, it was about a $14,000 price tag. I don't have a firm price just yet, but it's sounding like it's more going to come into the $4,000 to $5,000 mark. So that's going to represent a nice savings for the BIAs. So half of that, I would suspect that you guys will be paying anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500. So I will get all that information confirmed and share with you guys. So more details coming shortly. But yeah, commercial market assessments should be in your hands before the end of the year. And that's it. That's all the updates I had.
Okay, Clerk Bates, I see your hand up.
Yes, thank you. I was just looking at the calendar for those expenditure requests, and the December meeting falls after the last council meeting of the year. So if anything needs to be approved by the end of the calendar year, you'll need to get those motions in for the October or November meetings. If they can wait for approval till January, then you certainly have the December meeting. So if Christina can confirm whether you need approval by the end of the year, that will direct you to October and November.
Through the chair, this funding is part of our ECDEV annual block funding, so it does have to be spent before the end of the year. So to that note, then it sounds like you have 2 meetings, October, November, to get them submitted.
Okay, are there any other questions for Christina? Okay, see Councillor Huang.
Susan.
I just, Christina, for budgeting purposes, it sounds like if the last round of those Environics was 22-23, should we be looking at budgeting that in 2027?
They're supposed to be on a 5-year cycle, so yes, I would.
Okay, thank you.
Chair, I have a question for Christina, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Christina, it's great to hear that we're having another BIA join us. If you hadn't mentioned it, I probably would have just skimmed over the bylaws in council. So I wonder, is there going to be any type of communication to council about this new BIA and how they might just like learn a little bit more about how to create a new BIA or something like that? I just don't really know if other councillors would be that up to date as to how this might work.
Through the chair, well, there was a report that went to GIC that council did approve for the creation of the Hess Village BIA, which kind of gave us the green light in the final stages, which was the final notices of intent and all the other procedural things that fell in line. We have created an updated BIA toolkit that does have a section in there that specifically speaks to how to create a BIA. This entire module has been built into our Invest in Hamilton website and is publicly available. Very often when I get requests from areas around the city of Hamilton, they very often first land at the Invest in Hamilton site. So all of that information is readily available. And as always, any requests that come in are directed to me, and then I work with any interested parties to explain to them what's involved, what it means to be a BIA. Usually the very first question I ask them is, why would you like to be a BIA, to make sure that those synergies and that the focus is correct right out of the gate. So that information is publicly available. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Yes, and I wonder if there's, will you be sending out some sort of a media advisory just to let people know that there's a new BIA, or something, some sort of like documentation, just to kind of give counselors an opportunity to just help promote some of these new developments, because it's not very often we get a new BIA show up. So I thought that would be some fanfare.
Absolutely. Through the chair, I will work on a communication with respect to that. And yes, to your point, our most junior BIA on the team is Ancaster BIA. So now Hess Village will take on that honorary role. So there are some negotiations underway with other areas that are entertaining the idea of a BIA, but they're far. There's a long road ahead of them. So, but to your point, yes. I will work on either a quick information update or like a media advisory, just to advise everyone.
Thank you. Those are all my questions.
Okay, are there any other questions for Christina? Okay, all in favor? May I have a mover and seconder? Moved by Councillor Huang, seconded by Susan. All in favor and carried. All right, now on to 11.4. I would now like to invite the BIA members to provide us with their updates, starting with Tracy for Westdale, Stony Creek, and Lock Street.
Thank you, Susie. I'll start with Westdale. It's McMaster Homecoming this weekend, so we're excited to probably have a busy weekend. We hope it's not too crazy, but busy for the businesses. And then we have our farmers market and live music goes until Thanksgiving. We're also working on our fall and winter decor and events and tourism program and initiatives. Much the same and also in Westdale, we are at 100% occupancy. We're quite happy about that. With a waiting list of businesses to come. On Lock Street, we've got our Sundays Unlocked Fall Edition this weekend, another one in October. Farmers Market continues, live music, fall and winter decor and events being planned in tourism programming and initiatives. And we just had the last sort of available spot lease. And sorry, there's one more spot left to be leased. So we're quite happy. We're close to full occupancy. And in Stony Creek, much the same, we've got our farmers market live music that goes until Thanksgiving, lots of fall and winter decor and events going on, and our tourism programming and initiatives are gearing up for off season. And we're getting ready for some big construction down there. And also Stony Creek is at 100% occupancy. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Now, Susan from Waterdown.
I'll keep this short too. Farmers Market is going gangbusters up here in Waterdown. We're having a great season, averaging about 1,500 to 1,600 people every weekend. It'll run through till October 18th. We're in full gear for our fall and holiday events. Scarecrow frames are going out, so we will have probably close to 140, 145 scarecrows in town again for the month of October. We are excited about our Heritage Art Walk. I'm not going to release too many details about that because we'll be doing a big unveiling in October, but that's what we're using our placemaking grant. And it's a combination of our local Flamborough archives and telling stories and looking at sort of past and present streetscapes with some fun public art. And that'll be going for an unveiling in October. Got lots of changes in our business community. Quite sad to see our Sobeys doors close. Good news is there will be a Freshco coming into that space, but it will probably take 6 to 8 months. So we are down a grocery store in downtown. And we've got my tea bar, bubble tea bar coming soon. We seem to fluctuate between one side or the other being at full occupancy. So now our Hamilton Street side is pretty much full, and we've got a couple of openings in the Heritage Core. So it just kind of goes back and forth. That's where we're at.
Okay, great. Now Heather from Ancaster.
Yep, so we're just getting into our fall and winter event planning here in the Ancaster BIA. We have our pumpkin pop-up coming up. We're going to take part in the Hamilton Day. And then we have Letters for Santa, Holly Jolly Parade, and our tree lighting coming. The farmers market continues until October 6th, I believe, just before Thanksgiving. We have a new business in town, Tiffany Falls Dental, which is where the Olive Board previously was in Ancaster. We have a new office unit for rent lease here in the BIA. It's a medical building that's brand new, so that's exciting. And then we also have just finished up with our Ancaster Village magazine. So we'll be sending that out via Canada Post and then also to our local businesses as well. And we have a CHCH feature coming up in October as well. So exciting things here in Ancaster.
Okay, great. Now Doris from Concession.
Good morning, everyone. We just had our fall event, Cornfest, on September 6th. Our plate is full for September. The final series of 5 for the Sidewalk Sounds and Night Market will be this Friday, September 19th. As well, we're going to be doing a Truth and Reconciliation Day on September 30th. We do have big mural on Concession about the 7 grandfathers' teachings. So we are going to have a drumming circle and a reading happening on the 30th. Starts at 4 p.m. Come on down, wear your orange t-shirt. We do have 2 new stores previously called Limon. It's now called 564, which is their address as well. It's going to be a restaurant. And previously where Liberty Tax was, it was empty for a little over a year. It's now a tax cell phone store called Family Tech. As well, big cleanup happening on Concession Street, partnering with Beautiful Alleys, cleaning the main streets of Concession as well as the alleys on September 27th on the Saturday. And then of course we have our October events, gearing up for the fall decorations as well as Halloween. Keeping it short and sweet.
Okay, great. And now Nadine from Barton.
Yeah, we are also participating in the Beautiful Alleys cleanup on September 27th. We are putting final details on our AGM, which will take place October 27th from 6 till 8. We are doing some updates to our gateway signage, and on the east side gateway, there's an empty lot there that we are taking over and doing some placemaking things, including something we're calling Tasty Tuesdays. We have 2 dates for that, September 23rd and October 21st. They're Tuesday afternoons from 11 till 2, couple of food trucks and some DJ music happening. We are also putting final details on our fundraiser, Taste of Barton, which will happen December 6th. Save the dates will be going out by the end of the week, hopefully. And yeah, same deal as last year. Ticketed event. Early bird tickets will be $65. Anywhere from 10 to 12 courses over the evening, live music, and good time happening at Westinghouse. And our crosswalk at Barton and Emerald. Councillor Nan is down there right now doing a pop-up session with her team, and my understanding is that the lines were painted on the street overnight last night, and that those lights are supposed to be activated today. So I'm leaving here and rushing down there so that I don't miss it. Also we'll be participating in Hamilton Day, and we are moving our Sunday markets from the empty lot at Barton and Burt to the gateway lot there at Barton and Earl. So yeah, that's it from me.
Okay, great. Emily, for downtown?
Yeah, so I'd say we'd have a lot of ups and downs over this past summer. We definitely had some really scary and tragic instances related to shootings down here over the summer. But on the brighter side, we also saw some really, really great moments between line dancing in Gore Park and our movie nights for our park crawl events were really fun. And the King William closure and all of the programming that we got to do over there, and the installation of some more decorative lighting along there was really great this summer. Fun Super Curl weekend too. I hope everyone had a great one this past weekend. We are looking forward to Open Streets coming up quickly, and then Halloween, Hamilton Day, and then right into the tree lighting. So just busy planning all of those fun things. And then I am excited to report I have quite a list of openings for all of us since the last time we met. A lot of them have gone into spaces that have been vacant for a little bit, so not too many closures to report along with them. But for openings in the past couple months, we have Persona, Piano, Kinton Ramen, Amici, Daigyo, Big's Ribs, Niku, Divine Kitchen and Entertainment, BitTrust Crypto, and H&R Block. And then coming soon, we have the Market on James North, Anytime Fitness, and Wingstop. So lots of fun stuff coming down to downtown Hamilton, and lots of fun new places to explore for us. That's it for me.
Okay, great. Thanks. Now Stephanie from Ottawa Street.
Hey everyone. August 23rd, we had our drive-in movie night. We watched Inside Out. We played a bunch of outdoor games and we had a great time. On September 27th, we have our annual sidewalk sale. We're doing a road closure this year. We have hired Prevail Activations to activate our street with 2 curling rinks, with a synthetic roller skating rink with free skate rentals. And we're doing photo booths to capture food, finds, and fashion for a gift basket on Ottawa Street. After that, we are gearing up for Halloween, for Hamilton Day, and for our new 2-day holiday cheer event. We're doing a Friday shopping experience in addition to our normal Santa photos and carriage rides on the Saturday. In regards to new businesses, we have Polly's Wings and Donair at 80 Ottawa Street. And then we have Lee Suki Success Martial Arts, which initially was a pop-up, but they have decided to stay. And that's just wonderful news. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'll pass the chair to Susan so I can do my update for International Village. So we have 2 new businesses, Ink Therapy at 236 King Street and Una Bella Vita Boutique at 15 Wellington Street North. Dosh Schnitzel House and Denninger's are both doing Oktoberfest starting at the end of the month into October. So that is exciting. We're working on our AGM for October 7th. We're doing a CHCH airing on September 24th, which will be focusing 3 of our businesses and then myself. Village Pride Halloween Kickoff is going to be taking place during Open Streets this year again. So this will be our 4th Village Pride that we've done. So we'll have drag performers and contests, and it should be great. Costumes. Our corn stalks will hopefully be up by the end of the month. We have seen this the city has actually put in some ongoing security at Ferguson Station finally, so that's a big win for us. After I had a bit of a meltdown in council, but that's okay. We've seen Full Moon Fest taking place, hosted by the city at Ferguson Station over September, and they'll go into October. Strange Waves is being hosted at the end of September as well at Ferguson Station. And we are looking at taking place in Hamilton Day as well, with partnering with the YWCA to do Marketplace at Ferguson Station, hopefully. There are currently new gates going at Ferguson Station, again, because of advocacy from the BIA. So that's great. We'll have an automated gate now, which is fantastic. And there's new fencing going up around Shakespeare. So lots going on. Always crazy, never a dull moment, but that is my update for International Village. So I will take the chair back, and may I have a mover and seconder to receive the statements? Moved by Tracy, seconded by Stephanie. All in favor? And carried. Okay, great. I think that's it for this meeting, unless there's anything else from anybody. Okay, there being no further business. The BIA subcommittee is adjourned at 11:19 a.m. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next month.